talk about the importance you've put on investing in the surrounding community?
Where it's located, immediately to the west is areas called English Avenue, Vine City, Castleberry Hills, and those areas, if you go back and look at the last 20, 30 years, had populations in excess of 60, 70,000. They're down to close to 6,000 today. And it's the one area in downtown Atlanta that has not grown with the city itself. As the city has grown, the area has grown. Atlanta, when I moved here, it was less than 1 million people living in the greater Atlanta area. Today, there's approximately 7 million people living in the area. And so why is that area important? Well, it's important because people used to live here and they don't anymore. But beyond that, it's the birthplace of Martin Luther King. It's where he was born, raised, preached, etc. Mayor Jackson, one of the great mayors in the history of our city, and the history of the civil rights movement really was born and prospered in that area. So we felt the West Side, for the population that's there, the population that used to live there, the population that should live there in the future, and for the represent the kind of unity and diversity that Atlanta has been known for over many, many years, that it was important to commit to the West Side as well, and to the connectivity of the West Side and all of those areas to the greater Atlanta area, if you will. So we've invested a great deal of money as part of our, quote, relationship deal, if you will, with the city and the state and the Congress Center, was to invest in the West Side. We were already investing in the West Side for years before, so it was an easy commitment for us to make. We've exceeded the stated commitment by probably close to $10 million already.
Wow.
Above what we had initially committed. So, you know, and we're seeing changes there, but every societal issue that you can think of, that area has struggled with from a generational standpoint, from a societal standpoint. We've met with a number of ministers, and they all said the same thing. You know, what we don't need is a lot more structures here. I mean, they love the idea of the stadium and the opportunity for job training, but what they really wanted was a change in human capital. That, you know, to help the people living in these areas. And we spent a fair amount of time, the president of the foundation, staff, myself, others spent time in these areas talking to folks and asking what's the most important things. Well, they had issues in terms of public education, they have issues in terms of security, they had issues in terms of jobs. What they came out and said, we have to solve all of these problems for people to come back here and want to bring their families here. And we're part of a large group of partners. Some of our stadium partners and some are just other for-profit and non-profit organizations in the Atlanta community that are committed to the West Side as well.